Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. Oh, I'll tell you what I was doing. Um, I'll wait till everybody's on and then I'll tell everybody at the same time. Oh, goodness me. Wow. Everybody's popping on, so we're all linked up. Yay, good. Yes, it's a rainy DeSoto. Hey, Connie from Tennessee. Dorothy's on and Daylene. Boy, everybody's just popping on. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. That is totally my fault. Hey from Rosemary in Oregon. Jenny, as far as the storm, it's raining. I don't know what it's doing yet because I'm in a bunker. So, everything could blow away and I think I'd be okay. Susan's on from Bonne Terre. Hey, Susan from just down the road. Mary Ellen is getting ice in Kansas City. Honey, keep it there. I'm done with ice. No more ice. I'm done with it. Hey, from Mississippi. Oh, so sorry I'm a few minutes late. This weekend, hey, Judy from Louisiana. One of my new friends from Louisiana. Okay, so this past, week, we've seen a lot of things on social media about different quilt designers designing blocks for showing solidarity with Ukraine. And anyway, it just hit me that I kind of felt like I wanted to design a block. So we are also currently having our St. Louis area shop hop. So for those of you who do not know, St. Louis area is the area of which our store is in St. Louis, Missouri area. We're about an hour southwest of St. Louis. So right now it is our shop hop season. And so I needed to design a block for the shop hop anyway. So two birds, one stone. So I've designed a block for showing solidarity with Ukraine. And I posted it out on social media, yesterday? And so I was finally able to sit down in my office and start typing the instructions because I have to have it ready for tomorrow. Again, what is my famous saying? Why plan ahead when you can wait till the last minute, right? Okay. So anyway, I'm trying to get that done. So before I'm out of the office tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm getting my hand operated on. So say a little prayer for me in the morning if you think about it. I have had this horrible little cyst on my finger for like months. And it's annoying. It doesn't hurt. Well, it does hurt now, but it didn't hurt until I tried to dig it out. Anyway, it's fine. It's just a little outpatient thing. But tomorrow I've got to go get my cyst removed from my finger. So say a little prayer for me on that. Yeah, so I've got all this stuff to do before I have to leave tomorrow. And of course, last night I didn't sleep well, so Sunday afternoon I'm sitting there doing laundry, and I'm going to type up the pattern while I'm doing laundry, and Leroy jumped on the couch and pawed me and said, hey, I want to sleep under my blankie. So he snuggles up next to me, and then I cover him up with the blankie, which covers me up with the blankie. And you know what happened next, right? The lights went out and the pattern didn't get written. So that's why I'm late, as I was writing a pattern. That was a very long story. Oh my goodness. Oh, so that was my fun, exciting afternoon. So I'm here. I'm ready to get going. I hope I have enough energy, and then I hope I finish getting this pattern written tonight. And as soon as I do get it finished up, I will post it out on our social media page, and feel free to, share it, use it, do whatever. I kind of like it. I've seen some beautiful blocks from some beautiful designers of all different things, and it's kind of neat to see how as quilters, tragedy strikes and we stitch. We're an amazing group. I love us. I love all of you guys, and it's amazing. All right, so, let's go ahead and do some little public service announcements, and then we'll get ready for some fun stuff. So, for those of you who are new and just now getting on board with us, found us either when I was in Louisiana, or I've had a lot of people come in from the shop hop, and they're like, you do Facebook Live? Yeah, I do. And truthfully, with the gas prices the way we are, it's cheaper than driving to my shop and picking it up. I can mail it to you probably just as cheap as you can drive here. So I ship all over the United States. We charge an $8 flat shipping rate. And so we are happy to send it to you wherever you may be. I think right now we've shipped to almost every state in the union with the exception of Hawaii. So if somebody gets on from Hawaii, let me know. We'll send you stuff there too. Might take a couple extra days, but we'll get it there to you. All right, so I'm Christy. I'm the crazy lady who pays the bills around here, better known as the owner, and I'm happy you joined our Facebook Live. We do this every Sunday at 7 in the evening, and then on Thursday at 7 in the evening. So both times, 7 o'clock, Sunday and Thursday, so twice a week. A lot of fun stuff we do. We're currently doing a quilt along. We've got another installment on that being released on Tuesday. We've got Black of the Month programs. It's just, we're crazy busy around here. So a lot of stuff going on. All right. How this works, if you just found us and you're just now with us, and then register on Facebook, REGISTER. Just type that in Facebook, and you'll get a notification from Messenger that says, are you sure you want to do this? The answer is yes, you do, because I really am this nuts, but some days I'm a little more together than today. But once you do that, you're in, you're golden. Or feel free to download our app. We have our own app that you can find on Google Play or on the Apple Store, and it's called Cottage Grove Quilt Company. Download that to your smartphone and you're set, you're good, you're golden. Life is great. Once you've registered or downloaded the app, either one, you can just click the buy button on the app or type sold in the number, and boom, it just drops it right into your cart. Life's wonderful. After the show, you'll have about 30 to 45 minutes to check out before your cart expires, and then we will ship it all off to you, and you'll get a nice little present a little later in the week with lots of love. So anyway, all right, so say hello to a couple more people. Miss Barb Smith from Minnesota, Christine from just up at the top of the hill. Hey, sweetie, thank you for your thoughts tomorrow. And Annette from St. Louis, where it's raining. Yes, it's raining outside my window that I'm in the dungeon bar. Okay, so some fun stuff, so let's get started. Debbie's got me all stacked up tonight. All right, so let's start with some Best Press. This is 6 ounces of Best Press right here. It's called Caribbean Breeze, and this is, thank you, Rosemary. We love sending them too. This is the Best Pressed. I use this in my pressing pen. So we're going to show the pressing pen in just a minute. But this is what I use to refill my pressing pen. So this is going to be sold in the number 100. And it is, what is it? $4. $4 for this little bottle of Best Press. If you're going to a retreat or something, this is the perfect size to have for that. So Annette said, love the quilt behind you. Yes, this is called Pinch Me in honor of St. Patrick's Day. Pinch Me is the name of this quilt, and you can still get a kit for it if you would so like. You can just look it up on our Comment Sold app. So there you go. It's a Villa Rosa pattern, super easy, super fun. All right, next in here, it's not in my stack. I'm gonna lose it. Okay, there it is, off to the side. Okay, so next we have the seam guide. I talk about this seam guide all the time. I love this seam guide, and the reason why is because it has all of these little holes in it with different measurements. So you've got a 1/8 inch, a 1/4 inch, 3/8, a 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch, 3/4. So if you're doing not only just quilting, but say you need to do some dressmaking or piecing your back, you need a 5/8 seam allowance, you can just drop your needle at 5/8 and then move your adjustment right or left, and then you've got what you need for 5/8, or 1 1/4, or a 1/4 inch seam, whatever. But what's great about this is all of these are engineer drilled holes. So you drop your needle through it. It's a precise measurement. You stick your seam guide off to it, or if you're using a 1/4 inch foot, you can move your needle left to right to get that exact spot. So this is amazing. This is number 101. This is a lifesaver. Lifesaver. So Connie said, yes, that could be red and white hearts. So yes, you could do this with a white background and do this with reds, 2 different shades of reds with a white background. That would be really lovely for Valentine's Day. So that would be awesome. Hey, thank you guys for sharing. Please do share. You know, I'm a little frazzled this evening because, you know, I'm doing all kinds of stuff before coming in here. So let's do our share word tonight, sunflower. How's that sound? Because that's the pattern I was working on. So let's do our share word tonight, sunflower. So every time you share, just say the word sunflower. All right, so next is the pressing pin. This is the pressing pin right here, and you may wonder, why do I need a pressing pin? When I do like precision piecing type stuff, then I use a pressing pin. And the reason why I want that seam to get really good and crisp. So I fill this pressing pin up with some Best Press. So I'm actually going to pop this open. Whoever gets the one that I opened, you're going to get a free Villa Rosa pattern to go with it. Okay? So how's that sound for a deal? Whoever gets the one I opened gets a free Villa Rosa pattern. And it's not hurt. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just getting it out of its package to show you because I left mine in my sewing room and I don't want to run to go get it. But basically, this is a screw cap right here, and you just unscrew it. And I pour in here Best Press. That's what I pour in here is Best Press. So, and then I fill it up, and then it's kind of like those chalk pens that we get at the Michaels. It's got this little felt tip right here, a little felt tip, and then you just press that felt tip like that, and it gets the mojo juice down in the felt, and then you just brush your seam. So I brush my seam, and then I can open it really easy or press it one way or to the other, but it lays super crisp and super flat. All right, so whoever gets this one gets a free Villa Rosa pattern, so yay. Don't you love that? That's kind of cool. All right. I use that pressing pin. I mean, like, I use the pants off of it, okay? That's like a godsend because I am all about pressing when I'm doing my piecing. And people see the quilts I do, they're like, how do you get your block so flat? How do you get da-da-da-da-da? How do you do that? It's all in the pressing. I've done lots of talks on pressing. So if you go out to Facebook and see some of our past videos, you should be able to find some past talks on pressing. And yes, my hair is different back then. I was much older. All right, so Blade Saver Thread Cutter. This is awesome. You know, we always are trying to find ways to recycle things that we use, so we're not, you know, we're being ecologically safe, and then also just things cost money, and you know, why just have it as a single-use item? You know, let that dollar go a little further. Ooh, Rosemary's got a question for me, so I'll answer it in just a second. So this is a Blade Saver thread cutter. So what you can do is your rotary blades, I change my rotary blade at the start of every project. So what you do with this is you take your old rotary blade and you put it up in this little flower part right here, and it sits in a stand like right here. And then you can just use it to chain, when you're chain piecing, just cut, 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 cut. Because it doesn't take much to cut thread, so why not, right? All right, so this is number 102. We have this one left right here. All right, so Rosemary asked me, do I use steam press? I have. I don't have anything against steam. I've used it. I don't have an issue. But here's my thing with the steam is I have yet to find an iron that doesn't leak. I mean, they'll go really good for a while, but then they start leaking, okay? And I don't want my wool mats wet or my fabric wet and da-da-da-da-da. Elna press, you know, that's the Elna press is the big ones, and I just don't have one. So here's what I use. I use a Black & Decker classic iron. I have used water in it before. I've used water in it a lot, but eventually it starts leaking. I've used a reliable iron. I've burnt those up. The Alicios, you know, they're fine, but I find for me, I like a super hot and a super heavy iron. I still have very strong hands, and so for me, that's not a big deal. I know some people, the real heavy irons, it's hard on your hands. I don't have that issue yet. So I use the Black & Decker Classic. It's 25 bucks. You can get it on Amazon or at Walmart, and that's what I use. All right, so the pressing pin, you guys got to be sure you say the number. The pressing pin is number 103. Number 103. Gosh, Rosemary, I didn't even know Maytag had an iron. Tells you what all I know, right? All right, so that's my little spiel on irons. So Annette, be sure, everybody's telling you now to be sure you say sold in the number. So there you go, you got it. All right, so inspirational mug rugs. So this is really great. This is these are actually more spiritual related and inspirational. So, okay, so now we have to realize that Christy cannot see, okay, and her bifocals need to be updated. So I will read you what they say. We only have this one left. Okay, so it says, it's got the Bible verse from Psalms. It says, surely the goodness and mercy shall follow thee all of the days of your life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. It says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing steadfast in prayer. And then it says, and whatever things you ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. So it's just very positive scripture verses. So this is the last one. You get 7 printed statements on this from June Taylor. And this is number 112. And then you can make mug rugs for this and then share that with your favorite quilting buddies. And it is Girl Scout season for cookies, so you can always add, a mug rug and a little bag of cookies. You don't have to share all your cookies, but you can share some. I just put in my cookie order that's getting delivered tomorrow, and it goes to the Jolly Giant upstairs, because that's what will happen is I won't see a one of them. All right, next up I've got some Superior Vanish thread. Okay, so this is called Vanish thread, and it's number 104. And before you ask me, Vanish, what does that mean? It means it's water soluble, so you are not piecing with this. Do not piece with this thread. Okay, so why would I use this thread, okay? There are times when you're doing machine embroidery that you're having to join pieces and parts together, and you need to stitch it with some water-soluble thread before you do your applique down. Okay, so if you need some water-soluble thread, I mean, when you wash it, this will wash out. Okay, this is not piecing thread. This is water-soluble thread. If you need some, it is number 104. Annette, bless you. I know, a half a box of Thin Mints, honey, that is one episode of the Great British Baking Show. I'm telling you what. And they're addictive. Angela, I don't know what those Girl Scouts put in them, but they're addictive. All right, so we've got a great new item around here that's a lot of fun, and it's called a grab bag. So right here, you're going to get about 5 ounces of fabric. We measure this, and it's about 5 ounces of fabric. It comes in this cute little baggie. See, it says grab bag. And it's a surprise as to what you get. But it's, we don't give you chintzy stuff because I don't like getting chintzy, so we don't give chintzy. So anyway, this is number 107, but it's a surprise bag. Oh, 170. Sorry, number 170. 170. All right. And this is a nice little surprise baggie for you. And it's $6. $6. Hey, Barbara. So Angela is hooking me up on some Girl Scout cookies, and I love this comment. I refuse to open mine till they are all sold. Otherwise, I will keep opening more boxes. There is some serious truth to that, Angela. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is in those Thin Mints. Ugh. And then our local barista, the gal that runs the coffee shop down there, then she makes Thin Mint cookies, okay? That's where she makes these chocolate cupcakes, or not cookies, chocolate cupcakes infused with a cream mint frosting inside of it, and then it's got buttercream on top, and then Thin Mint cookies on top. Yeah, like that's gonna just cause me to die right there. Okay, that was just my side gig there. Yes, I do love Marianne. I do love Marianne. Okay, so if you ever come and visit our quilt shop here in DeSoto, you have to go visit Marianne's coffee shop. All right. So here we go. We have a new pattern to show you, a new sample, some little animals. So this would be great in a nursery, or even if you're like really into a certain animal as a wall hanging. So this is the little raccoon quilt. So Debbie pieced it. Isn't he cute? I'm going to stand way back so you guys can see him. So it's going to be a lot of snowballing to get those shapes. But it is super cute. So pretty. Isn't he you just want to snuggle him? Okay, so this quilt is a crib size. So you can either make it a crib, a extended crib, or a throw. So they really are gearing these patterns to more for little kiddos, okay? So if you would like just the pattern, here is the pattern, and you're going to say sold number 105. Number 105, and it's $12. And the crib size is 38 by 44. Rhoda, that's really funny. She's pretty sure she has raccoons here exactly that size. All right, so if you're into owls, like our color queen is, we have also the same pattern for owls. This is number 106. And what's great with these really soft, gentle, solid backgrounds, these would be really great. You could do all three as wall hangings in a nursery, especially with so many of them doing wildlife and animals now. So that's really cool. And then we have a little fox pattern right here. Foxy Trotsy. This is number 107. So again, all three of them would be really great in a nursery and just really cute. So yeah, and it wasn't, I'm just looking at the techniques of it. It doesn't look like it would be too hard. It was done a lot of snowballing, and Debbie did piece it. So I'm sure she'll chime in and tell you just how hard it was. But it's really cute, really cute. All right, so it's always fun to have some patterns for fat quarters. We all have fat quarters. We all sit there and say, oh, I've got, 500 fat quarters. What am I going to do with them before I die? Well, I got some options for you. So we've got this great pattern from Doug Lako. This will make, all you use is fat quarters on this. All right. And you can do 3 different sizes. A lap size is 48 by 64. A throw is 64 by 80. And a king is 96 by 108. These blocks actually finish at 16-inch square. And you just cut big pieces out of your fat quarters, and it goes together like a log cabin technique. And so it's very easy to do. The cutting just takes a minute, takes a little bit to do, but once you have the cutting done, you can literally sit there and just go, go, go. Super easy, super quick. Love this pattern. I have actually made this quilt for another sample here in the store, and I did it, I want to say throw size, and I had somebody cut it out for me. Honest, I did. But it took me about 4 hours to piece together the whole quilt. That's how fast it goes. Because you're working with big pieces and you're making big blocks. So, great little product right here. This is number 113. All right. So, the next thing I want to show is a fat quarter fun book by the lady who does the 3-yard quilts. Her daughter is Fran Morgan, and she has put together a book of really easy patterns that all you do is use fat quarters. So this book has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different patterns, all using fat quarters. So here are the patterns right here. And you get instructions for 3 different sizes. So this one would even be fun for Christmas. Y'all know I say it every time. Christmas is coming. It's coming. It's coming. But it's really great. These fat quarters projects, I mean, they're just super easy to do, and it really makes things go fast. So it's $16 for the book. We've got 5 of them left. So go ahead and grab you this book. Again, super easy techniques. You can make them in multiple sizes. She gives you instructions for 3 different sizes, and yeah, super, super cute. Super cute. Like, look at this one with the stripes. That's kind of cool. I like that one. That would be fun. So that's number 108. All right, let's get some fat quarters now. Do all this yakking about fat quarters. All right, ta-da! Here we are with some pretty fat quarters. All right, so we have a fat quarter bundle of 12 fat quarters. This is from the product line Sunday Stroll. This is a Moda fat quarter bundle. And right here, look at all these bright, summery colors. Isn't that nice? Love the red and the gray, turquoise. All of these do go together in the same fabric collection, so they all work together. Takes all the fear of color out of it, so you don't have to sweat about the color. All you have to do is just sit and sew. So this fat quarter bundle right here is $33. $33 right there for that one. And let's see. Next, cupcakes for Marianne. Honey, yes, you do. You just go down the street 4 blocks south from us and pick up one of them cupcakes. She also makes some amazing coffee that is better than Starbucks. Honest to God. Honest to God. And she just had her baby. And little Bella Rose is about the prettiest baby I've ever seen. Just saying. All right. So here is the fat quarter bundle from Michael Miller. This is all solids. So this is just a collection of Michael Miller solids. Love this collection of Michael Miller solids. Super pretty. This is number 109. You can never have too many solids, especially fat quarter solids. Because, you know, you can pair some of these solids with this and kind of offset it. So, yeah, super fun. All right, so Debbie, if you're watching, be sure to message me the winner. And we see a lot of share stuff going on tonight, so awesome. Thank you, guys. Whoever wins, we're going to do some mystery fat quarters. How's that sound? We'll put together a mystery fat quarter collection for you. All right, so next we have this great fat quarter bundle, also from Michael Miller. Y'all know I have a love affair with Michael Miller. I can't help it. He's just got some great fabric. So here is Gradations. All right, so you've got white on black, different ones, white on black. Let me do this. Okay, there we go. Now we can see it better. So you have white on black, right? And then we'll go and do black on gray. And then we have black on white. So it's just different gradations of these colors, and they are so fun. Fun. Becky, her banana bread is off the chain too. Marianne doesn't bake anything bad. You know, okay, I'll have to have somebody else figure out how to put that bow back. All right, that's past my pay grade. You know, it's like the Christmas lights in the box. You get the box of Christmas lights. You go to the Walmart. You can get the box of Christmas lights, and you open them up, and then you pull them out of the box. And then when it's time to put Christmas back in the box after 3 Kings Day, then you can never put the lights back in the same box they came in. So you just deal with it. I'm the same way with these bows. Oh. All right, so here is a K fat quarter bundle. So if you want, excuse me, if you want a K fat quarter bundle. All right, look at that. Super cute, super cute. Love that. And then we have some other fat quarter bundles. We have, this is the Best Friends collection. This is really pretty. Just all these different pinks and teals. Just love that. Rotary phones that kids can't operate. You want to keep your grandkids off the phone? Put your rotary phones back into the wall. They won't know how to use them. And then we have the Flower and Vine collection. This, we have 10 fat quarters in this collection. So those are really pretty. Super pretty. This is number 115. Okay. So next I've got some backing. Okay, so we have a 3-yard cut of backing, and we have 3 of these left. So I'm going to try to open this up so I don't make a mess. This is number 116, and it is 108 inches wide by 3 yards. So 108 by 3 yards. I love this back. This is from Wyndham Fabrics. Just let you see the other side of it. So this is number 116. Number 116. Okay. I love backs like this because they give a little interest, and you know, people ask, oh, well, that's a neat back. I really like that. When we was in Louisiana, a lot of people really liked that back. All right, so that's number 116. If you want something more neutral and traditional, there is this one right here. Again, this is 3 yards by 108. 3 yards by 108. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, now let's do, okay, so let's get the next stack of fun stuff. So if you need a project planner for your quilting to plan, you know, what you're going to be working on, you can design and organize up to 12 different projects here. So this is number 118, and I really do like this because it gives you design paper, tracking logs. You can put all kinds of information in here to just keep up, especially if you're doing quilts for charity and you need to use that for a tax deduction. It's good to keep track of all of your expenses, so that way when you see your accountant at the end of the year, you can go ahead and easily find the stuff to prove, you know, what all you were doing for charitable contributions. All right, if you need some heat and bond inkjet transfers, this works only in an inkjet printer. You have to have an inkjet printer. Do not use a laser printer. But these are transfers, so you can print something out on an inkjet and then heat and bond it to your project. And this is number 119. All right. If you've ever wanted to chenille, we have our chenille makers here in stock. This is number 120. Number 120. And then for some quick and easy fun projects, we've got some great quick and easy fun projects. We've got this great new table runner. It's new to us. It's the Quilt As You Go table runner. This is a June Taylor. So it comes with your batting pre-printed. So your batting is pre-printed. And basically you are then quilting by numbers. So you just put on here your 2.5 inch strips in the order of which they tell you. You stitch them down onto the batting, onto your back at the same time, and when you're done, it's completely quilted and it's ready to use. So this is 1629, it's number 162. This is super easy. This could be like I have a table runner in an hour kind of a project. All right, and because you've got fat quarters, you can cut some stuff into strips, and there you go, make it real scrappy. All right, grilling season is fast approaching. So, you know, your favorite son-in-law or child-in-law, whatever, your favorite man in your life, be great to make him a little oven mitt for working up at the grill this season. So if you need a pattern for an oven mitt, we've got one at number 121. And then we also have the oven mitt fills, and those are number 122. So then all you got to do is add your fabric. Number 122. So this is silicone, so it's really nice and you won't scald yourself. All right, so we've got this great little bag pattern that we're going to show next. And it is number 123. And what this does is you use clothesline and a jelly roll, and you can make this great bag. So if you need this pattern, it's number 123. We also have the clothesline available through Comment Sold on our app. So feel free to add some clothesline. We do have it here in stock. And you can add a jelly roll to that. And you've got a great, great bag. that you can fill with all kinds of stuff. So that's number 123. Do you have a pattern for left-handed or right-handed people? Honey, I think the pattern's ambidextrous. Let's see what it says. It appears to be ambidextrous. I know I'm not saying that right, but it can be for either right or left-handed. Okay? Because it's a mitt. It's not got fingers. It's like a mitten. All right. I think that's it for that. All right, so I'm going to slide some more stuff in here, and I'm going to show you just how much stuff I can fit in this bag. Debbie will be like, goodness gracious, you packed the whole show in that bag. It's even got a pouch in here for your cell phone. Isn't that handy? But look at how much stuff fits in that bag. All right, let's get some bundles. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay, so we've got, our 5-yard kits. We always love to show those. So tonight we're going to show you one 5-yard, a couple 3 yards, and these are all companions to 5-yard patterns or 3-yard patterns or 3-yard books. And all of those are available on our comment sold page. You just can go out and pull them up. If you would like to have this one to add to your 5-yard collection, it's great for spring. It's got Home Sweet Home, great little flowers, really pretty, just perfect for spring. This is number 124. All right, and then let's go through the 3-yard ones. And I'm going to grab my chair. A little bit. This kind of go to hurting. Okay. So we have this great pink and blue 3-yard bundle. So most of these we only have one of, just because we were down to the end of fabric bolts, and we were just pulling stuff to make a nice quilt out of the end of bolt, the end of stuff. So here is this one. We've got this nice pink with the floral and the blue. So that's number 155. Okay, and then we have, this one is gorgeous. I love these colors. This is number 156. Love that. Okay. Then we have Nursery Rhymes. This would be great for a little one. It's got, I don't know what those nursery rhymes are off the top of my head. Anyway, here are these great ones here. And then we have Independence Day. This is super fun. It's got all the barbecue stuff. Great to get ready for summer. Isn't that fun? That would be a fun 3-yard quilt. I really like that one. Okay, and then next we've got this great lemon lime. You gotta have lemon lime. So we've got this nice little lime fabric, some white, and some really pretty lemon fabric to go with it. That's pretty. That would be really fun. Okay, and then last we have this 3-yard collection here. Let me fix that real quick. Now we only have one of this one, but what it is something to do patriotic. So you get 3 yards of fabric. So you get this tan, this white, and the red. So this beautiful 3-yard collection of fabric. But in addition to that, you also get a patriotic panel. So this would be ideal for you to create something like Quilts of Valor, or for somebody, who's been in the service. But here we go. Here's the panel that goes with it. So you get the panel plus the 3 yards of fabric. So you get all four pieces in that. Okay? So we only have one of these, and it's number 125. 125. It's very, very pretty. It's just very nice, that patriotic feel. All right. Okay, and then let's see. Next up, the mystery bag. So we did the grab bag earlier. So grab bag, you only get about 5 ounces of fabric, which, you know, is nice. It's a nice little fun treat. But then we also have a mystery bag. So how our mystery bags work is it's a big mystery. And in there you will get, they're $25, and you will get about $30 worth of stuff. Yes, you will. $30 to $35 worth of stuff. Maybe you know, a 3-yard bundle. It could be patterns. It could be all kinds of stuff. But you will not be disappointed in our mystery bags. And those of you who got them, chime in and tell them how awesome they are. All right, so that is number 165. All right, last before we hit our yardage is the solar flare kit. So here is the solar flare kit. If you would like to get this. This is a large item, but it is $189. It makes and it's very heavy to hold up. It makes like, I'm looking for the size, 60 square quilt. We have this hanging up in our showroom, but it is a 60-inch square quilt. It is beautiful, it is stunning, it is gorgeous, it is all paper piece. So that is number 154. All right, so give me just a second to find where I'm supposed to go next. All right. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. All right. Okay. Blue hearts. Gray floating. Okay, blue hearts. That's where we're starting. Okay. Got it. All right, so a couple weeks back we had so much fun on our sale. We decided that every so often we're going to throw in the live. Some more fabric that we're putting on special. So tonight we've got some yardage that's $8.95 a yard. So that's where we're going to start. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad you were so impressed with the fabrics and the amount in your bag. How did inventory go? Inventory went great. We still loved each other in the end. That's what's most important, right? Is, you know, we're a small group. I think counting myself, there's now 8 of us. So, you know, when we get to the end of doing some project like that, if we all still love each other, you know, that's awesome. I really am glad that we still loved each other in the end, and that's what was important. All right, so we have some blue hearts. This is, all of this fabric you're going to see right now is specially priced for tonight only. So you want to get it, check it out, and all that. It's $8.95 a yard. Okay, so this is blue hearts. Isn't that pretty? And then we have this lovely red that coordinates with this. This is number 172. 172. And all of this is 1 yard cuts. So if you want more than 1 yard, you're going to say sold in the number multiple times, sold in the number times 2, times 3, or update the quantity at checkout. All right, and then look at this, locked in pink. Now, I'm going to put that real close so you can see the design. Then I'm going to come back so you can see the color. This is number 173. 173. Okay. And then we have the magenta hearts. This is number 174. And again, all of this is $8.95 a yard. And then Blue Breeze, 175. And then Happy Thoughts Pink. This is really pretty. This is number 176. Try to slow down a little bit on the yardage for you guys so you guys can soak it in. And then we have this beautiful Happy Thoughts yellow. And this was all designed by a local Missouri designer, Sarah J. And it was all done for our Marcus Fabrics, I believe. Yeah, Marcus Fabrics. Okay, and then we have Happy Thoughts Blue. And then last, the feature fabric is number 179, and that is this bolt right here. Isn't that just super cute? It's number 179. All right. Okay. We're going to show a few more bolts, and then we're going to say that's a wrap. Okay. All right. Yeah, that feature fabric is really pretty. Really pretty. All right, so we're going to do some really pretty florals, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. And I'm going to try to finish writing a pattern. It's about, halfway done, I think, maybe. Had to add all the pictures. Okay, so this one we're going to start at number 126. So this is number 126. Now all of this fabric is regular price. It's $12 a yard. That is really pretty. That is really, really pretty. And then we're going to hit some beautiful violets here. Some very delicate lilacs and violets here. Moda Thatched Red is my favorite. It is mine too. Okay, so here is number 127. There's very few fabrics that I just don't love. 127 right here. And then we have 128, which is the violet very small print. We've only got 3 yards left of this. Okay. Then we have some very large peonies. Now I'm going to open this up so you see the full effect of the fabric. Look at that. Is that not stunning? This is number 129. Number 129. This is all from Timeless Treasures. Timeless Treasures. I like to tell you the manufacturer, so those of you who are really into fabrics and quilting fabrics, you kind of know quality a lot of times by the name of the manufacturers, and we only sell high quality fabrics here. Okay, so next is a blue watercolor texture. I just love this. It's number 130. Right, and then we're going to go to the large floral. That's very pretty. Angela, it's kind of like, I'm just drawn to all of them. We pronounce those flowers different here in Pennsylvania. Amber, I am amazed at when I travel all over the United States how everything's pronounced a little different. In Georgia, it's pecan. Here, it's pecan. It's tomato, it's tomato. But, hey, it all works. So the next one is the large gray flower right here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that was it of those. And then next we're going to hit these beautiful ones from Robert Kaufman, I believe is who they are from. Or RJR, sorry, RJR. These are stunning. I mean, this next set is just wowzer. So I have to really open this up for you to get the full effect because it's kind of ombre. So this is number 133. So, what can I do with this? Okay, well, I'm thinking like in the One Block Wonder family, possibly. I'm also thinking like, a buffet cover, some type of decoration for my table. But even if you cut it up into smaller pieces, you're just going to see color splashes. You're not going to see the design. So that's number 133. I know, One Block Wonder is kind of where my brain's going with that. Okay. And then we have some indigo here. This is number 134 for the blues. I love that. It is so pretty. Okay. You know, it is floral season because before you know it, we are going to see things blooming again. I did see some crocuses coming up the other day when I was walking Leroy. This is number 135. It is very pretty. All right, and then last is it's called Concrete Boutique Blossoms, and the reason why concrete is because that's the color of the background. Yes, it does remind you of the botanical gardens. I loved the botanical gardens growing up. All right, so here we go. Isn't that pretty? Now this one here, you could actually fussy cut the pattern right here, just kind of fussy cut that pattern and use it as a center block of the center of your block. That would be really pretty. So lots of things you can do with that. All right, and that's number 136. All right. So I've got a couple things to wrap up tonight's show. Ooh, you know, rolling chairs are not always exactly a blessing. Oh, Karen, isn't it great when you start seeing the crocuses come up, because then you know, it's like, okay, the end is here. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, that it's time for it to all be behind you. Okay, so winner for tonight is Mary Ellen. So tonight's winner is going to be Mary Ellen. So congratulations, Mary Ellen. So Mary Ellen Winter, so which is providential, because tomorrow I'll be getting this worked on, and that's kind of what Mary Ellen does out in Kansas City, so that's kind of funny. So we are going to send you some Fat Quarter fun, so be checking on that in your bag. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us. Oh, Rosemary said her daffodils are blooming in Tennessee. Oh, how awesome is that? That'll be awesome. That just makes it so much nicer, because you know, it's like, okay, finally, I can breathe. Winter's almost over. It's like this rebirth. It's just wonderful. So I love all four seasons. And oddly enough, winter is one of my favorites. So anyway, all right. So enough of all of that. So Thursday night, we will do this again. We'll have more fun stuff to show you. And we just look forward to having all kinds of fun with you guys. So be watching social media. And for the update on the directions for the block for Ukraine, I kind of like it. I think it's pretty. Maybe John will share some of your cookies to aid your recovery. Angela, you haven't spent much time with my husband. My husband does not share cookies. No, he does not share cookies. No, he doesn't. No, he has a sharing issue. He was a middle child. Yeah, that's all I can say on that topic. Anyway. All right, you guys have a great night, and we will see you all Thursday. Bye!